Hi, I'm Sue Boo bringing crafting to you. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel today. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 so that I can do lives on YouTube. So press the notification bell so you won't ever miss the videos I upload. So today we are doing another alternative card with the paper pumpkin expressions in ink. So I'm using the yellow card base. Now don't miss this step, otherwise the card won't fit into the envelope once this is made, because we are making a tower card out of it. Now you need to make sure you've got your centre line, that's the score line, and you're going to keep that score line, but it will not show on your finished card. So what you're going to do is put this card in, and the first mark, so that's that first little mark on your trimmer, just there, that first one, you're going to put your card in there, and you're going to cut that 1/8 off. You are then going to turn it round so that you've got the other side, and you are then going to put it back to that little mark and cut that off. That will have then cut 1/8 off either side, and then you're going to carry on and score it and cut it the way that I am now going to show you. So first of all, I'm going to take my cutting blade out. You are going to then put it in on the long side. So this card now measures 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. So you're going to put this in your trimmer at 1 inch, and you're going to score at 1 inch. You're then going to go to 2 inches and score at 2 inches, and then you're going to score at 3 inches. Okay, you are then going to turn your card around, so you've turned it 180 degrees, and you are then going to put it in at 1 inch again, then at 2 inch, and then at 3 inch. Okay, now you're going to turn it onto your 5 1/2 inch side, and you're going to put your trimming blade back in, and you're going to line it up at 1 inch, and you're going to line your blade up. Now you need to line the side of your blade, so there's that mark there on your blade. You're going to line that up at 1 inch. So as soon as you've got it lined up at 1 inch, you can put down, so make sure it's at 1 inch there. So you're putting at 1 inch there, and then this on the side of your ruler, you're going to put at 1 inch, and then you're just going to cut between your only the 2 score lines. So you're going to go from the edge score line, you're going to go through one score line and end at the other. So that will be starting at 1 and ending at 3. You're then going to move it along to 2 inches, and you're going to again put it in at 1 inch. And when you've got it at 1 inch, put it down in your track down and move your cutting blade to 3 inches. This will then have cut you between these 2 score lines. Now you can do the same by lifting the track up, and you can take it down to you're going to take it down to 5 1/2 and pull it down to 7 1/2 while it's at 1 inch here. Then you move that along to 2 inches, and again you're going to put that at 5 1/2 inches, move it down to 7 1/2 inches. Lift it up, rotate it 180 degrees, and then again you're going to put it in at 1 inch, and then you're going to line it up with 1 inch, pull it down to 3, lift it up again, move it down to 5 1/2, and then cut down to 7 1/2, lift up. Move it along to 2 inches, and then you're going to put your blade at 1 inch and pull it down to 3 inches, lift up, move it down to 5.5 and cut down to 7.5, and then you should have these. So what we've actually done is just cut between these 2 score lines. Okay, so that's what we've done, and now we're going to do our folding. So we're going to fold this up and burnish it. So we'll fold that up and burnish it and repeat at the other side. So that's going to be folded up and burnished. Okay, now with this we are going to do a mounting fold. So the first one is going to be a mounting fold, then the second piece will be a valley fold, your third one will be a mounting fold, your fourth one will be the valley fold, and then a mounting fold, and then you can line them all up and you can crease them down. Okay, and we can turn it over, do those nice crisp edges there. Okay, so we're going to repeat on the other side. So what we're going to do, the first one is a mounting fold, the second one is a valley fold, the third one is a mounting fold, the fourth one a valley, and the fifth one a mountain. Then we're just going to put that down again and just crease down your score lines, lift up this, and you can crease down these score lines. Okay, so that's the back of your card, and of course your yellow is the front. Okay, so ahead of time I've cut out some of the vellum pieces from the kit. So I should have 2 of my vellum pieces, and they measure 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. So that is 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4, and these are just going to pop here. So we're going to put that one there, and you just need to, and that one there. So we're just going to glue these down now. Okay, so I'm going to see which way is the back. This is the back, so I'm going to put them all the way down. So let's make sure that we've got equal increments all the way around. I'm happy with that. It's going to go over with my foam folder, smooth it out. Oops, didn't quite get it where I wanted it, so just going to get that up again, move it. Now I'm going to pull it up, not happy with that, so I'm going to re-put it back on. So making sure that I've got equal distances all the way round, and put it back, smooth it back with my pen folder. Okay, and do the same on the other side. So you're going to see which way. That's it, that's the back. You can tell that it's got a little bit more of the white showing. So all I'm doing is, I'm going to move that, I'm going to slip this about on my card, and there, that's spreading the glue even further. Just make sure you get equal increments and then smooth it down. Okay, so there, so that's on the back. And then I have got 2 more pieces of vellum for the bottom and the top, and these measure 4 1/4 by 3/4, and we're going to stick this at the top and the bottom. So seeing which one the front, that's the front, so I'll stick this on the back. So I'm not putting a huge amount of glue on this. I'm going to flatten my card to put this on, and again going to make sure I've got equal increments going all the way around. I'll just go over with my bone folder to flatten the glue out, and then again bottom, looking which way is the front and the back, just put a little bit there and equal increments, just splodge it about a bit so that it doesn't have a chunk of glue anywhere. There we go. Right, across with the vellum. Okay, now you've got this beautiful card, and I have cut the card up, and this measures 2 3/8 squares. So you want 2 pieces that are 2 3/8 squared. And what I'm going to do is I'm looking to put the corner, both these corners, I'm looking to put that exactly on the fold of the card. So that's going exactly on those folds. So you cannot see the original score mark now because I am covering it by this card. So just putting it on the back, and then we're going to put that right up there so that goes exactly on that score mark. So that is exactly at the top, and I'm lining it up with that score line there, so pressing in the center of that. And then I'm going to do the same with this, but at this time I'm making sure I'm lining the bottom. So I'm lining the bottom with the score line, the original score line of the card, and I'm trying to make sure that that is straight. So let's have a look. I'm going to use my bone folder as a guide. Yeah, that's fine. So that can go on there. So those 2 diamonds are on there like that. Now I'm using the beautiful flower vellum. So I'm going to use that, making sure which is the whitest side, and I'm going to put some in the middle of this, and then place this however I want. So I'm just looking the way I want, so I'm going to have it something like that, and I'm placing it in between the top and the bottom, so sort of getting that central, and I'm just going to press that down so that's like that. I've then got the sentiment ahead of time. I've stamped "You are amazing," and that is going to go in the middle, and that's going to go on dimensions. So I'm going to get a few dimensions to put that on. Now I'm just going to put these down the middle for the moment. I'm going to put 3 down there. Now I'm going to get a little bit, no, I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to take that off and mount that in the middle. So I'm looking roughly in the middle. So I'm wanting an equal distance between this and this and that. So I'm trying to see whether I've got that roughly. I think I have. It's hard when you're not above it, so I'm trusting now that I have got that in the middle, and that is straight. Open. So, and then press that down, and then I've cut the 3, the one that was the joined together as like that. I've cut it apart and just trimmed these so that I can pop these going either side like this, and I'm going to have one coming out the bottom like that. So I'm just going to glue these down now. So just put a little bit on some of these to bring it down, and that's going to go in there something like that, and then do this one the same. So just going to put a few dots on there, just getting rid of any glue whispers, so that can go out there, and then bring in the last one. Oops, put a few bits of glue on there, and that can go in the middle, coming down there like that. And then I showed you how I've done these on previous videos. This is using the card that's in the kit, so using them. In fact, actually I'm going to put these up on mini dimensionals. That's what I wanted to do, so I'll get my mini dimensionals now. So I'll pop a mini dimensional on the back, give it a bit of dimension, of course. So pop in those. So I used the card that was in the kit, and I stamped with this all over it. So I'll just show you what I mean by this. So any of the white spaces, I used this stamp, and I stamped on all around with the bumblebee, and then use this flower to stamp on top and in the evening everglade, and then fussy cut them out. And this is, you can see that it's got a nice pattern on it. Is that going to focus properly? That. And so that all the flowers are different because of how the lovely effect of that stamp is. So I'm utilising everything out of the kit. So I'm going to pop that up there, and then one more I'm going to pop on the bottom. So this can go on the bottom there, and then we'll go in with the little sequins, if I can find them. I've emptied them all out because I took my kit somewhere, and there we go. I emptied them into my box instead of them being carried. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and we'll put a little one in the centre, pardon me, of my flowers. There we go. Give it a little bit of sparkle there. Now, as you know, I'm trying to use my thread wherever I can. So I think I'm just going to tie myself a bow and make the loop a bit smaller. So I don't want too big a bow. So use my scissors to cut this. I can't recommend our scissors enough because they are very, very sharp. They cut right to the end, so they're excellent scissors. So let's see where I'm going to put this, and you get the glue dots. Now I've taken my glue dots out, haven't I? Because I like to use them in classes. I think they're easier to use than those on the reels. So I love the kits for these because I think they're so easy to handle and do. Let's make that a little bit shorter bow and do that. Let's see how it wants to hang. Will it hang nicely this way? Oops, the other way, twist it out. That's it. So I think I'm going to put them on there. So that's what I do, press it down, and then I just use my Take Your Pick tool to remove the top. It's so much easier when I've not got my camera in the way to do it. Okay, and it's off. Okay, and then I'll stick it on the, there's a bigger gap, so do I want it up there? I think I'll stick it down here and make it work. Okay, and now, oops, there's my pick, but take your pick tools, gone off for a walk. Okay, so just try and bring that round and sort this out. There we go. That's it. Flatten it out. Chop those off. Okay, there we go. Move them out of the way. And there is your tower fold card. Let's just put it back in. And that should now, because you've taken off that little bit off either side, that will fit back into the envelope now. And that is lovely to give for a birthday or just to send somebody a card thinking of them. Now, if you're unhappy with this line on, what you could do is you can rub this out a little bit with your bone folder to make it not so prominent. So that will rub out a little bit. It goes there. And you could also, if you're unhappy with that, you could also stick a piece of photocopier paper down there if you were unhappy with it. But I don't think it's a problem because that's the way that you will face it when you put it on display. So I hope you liked that. So that is another alternative for the card kit. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate that you stopped by. Don't forget that this is my host code if you shop with me in October. Also, for this month, you can request either the gold, which is this set, or you can request the silver set, which is this one, and you get everything in this kit. So you get all your ribbon, all your stars and your deers and everything you need to make this up, including the card bits that go on these pieces and this card here. The only thing that you don't get, of course, is the stamped images. I'm not allowed to send those. This one, the Merry Christmas, is from the Joy of Sharing that is in clearance. Hark the Heralds in the Christmas catalogue, and this one is also in clearance. That is the traditional Christmas punch box, which is excellent. Highly recommend it because you get 2 ink spots, you get a block for stamping, you get a punch and 6 little stamps in that, which this is one of them. And I've embossed on these, but of course you won't get the punched out one because I don't know how big the sentiment that you're going to use is. So you'll get a piece of card for the front and you can choose what you do with it. And same with this one, I've given you a certain size of card, and with this I've given you over that or a length of card so that you've got room to put your Merry Christmases on. So hope you like that. All you've got to do if you shop with me and use my hostess code, you have just got to request, I'm calling this silver and I'm calling this gold. So you request either one of those, and this is what I will send you so that you can make these up using your own sentiments. Plus, depending on how much you spend, you will be getting a Stampin' Up product as well. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. Stay safe. Stay well. Bye for now.